Okay, now moving down to the west part of this bracket, Xavier versus Missouri. Xavier versus first four matchup. NC Central versus Texas Southern. I'm gonna take Texas Southern, but it's not gonna matter anyway. I'm gonna take Xavier in that game. Good guards: Trevon Blewett, J.P. McCura. They got a solid big man down low. Obviously, everyone knows Xavier from their Elite Eight run last year. They played really well last year. They did knock off some good teams. So I think they could do that again. Obviously one seed. Some people said they were seeded a little too high. I don't agree with that. I think they were seeded perfectly. They played in a tough conference, got a lot of tough wins, and it was good for them. Missouri versus Florida State. Michael Porter Jr. is back. I think Missouri's flowing really well as a team. They have other good players as well. So I'm going to go with Missouri. They've been playing solid basketball despite not having Michael Porter Jr. for most of the year, winning 20 games still. So that's a solid season for Missouri, 8th seed. Ohio State, South Dakota State Jackrabbits. South Dakota State usually wins their conference. Their conference is a pillow fight conference. Really terrible. It's just their conference is just an abomination. But yeah, obviously, I don't think they're going to win. I have Ohio State. Ohio State played really well this year. I haven't watched much of them, but I still think Ohio State's going to take this one. Gonzaga, UNCG. I think Gonzaga has really good guards. Gonzaga doesn't have the big man they had last year. That big man dude, I don't know what his name was, but that big man down low, the center, he was awesome last year. Great guy. He played with lots of energy. He was the spark of the team. I feel like he was the spark of the team. They don't have him this year, but I still think they can get this one because their guards are very experienced and good. Houston, San Diego State. I think this is a coin flip game. I think San Diego State, I think many people are sleeping on San Diego State. I think San Diego State has a chance to win this game, but I'm going with Houston because of what I saw when they played Wichita State. Wichita State is a very disciplined team. Shamit, Van Camp, very good team, and I think they showed a lot of discipline, and if you watch the way they play a fun brand of basketball, and it's really nice to behold when you watch Houston. They're up-tempo. They do everything. They're in the AAC, obviously. So good kudos to Houston. Michigan, Montana. Michigan had a really successful season, played really high-level basketball, and then beat Michigan State to win the Big Ten championship. Only 7 losses this year. Michigan is always a dark horse in the tournament because they play really good in the tournament basketball. Their coach is really good. John Beilein, he's a solid coach. He knows how to coach those kids up in Michigan. Just the way they play, so disciplined, so well. Offensively, they're very skilled with the big man as well. So, Texas A&M, Providence. Texas A&M sort of started and then drifted kind of a little bit. Texas A&M is still a very solid team. But I'm going to take Providence because I've seen them in the Big East tournament. Kyron Cartwright, Diallo, Ed Cooley's a really good coach. They got a good system, good program. I think Providence is just an overall better team. I know some people haven't really watched Providence play this year, obviously. But I think Providence is one of those teams. You look at them and they're a little underrated because the way they play basketball is very fundamental. So they'll break it down subtly. They won't be like that team that has too many flashy plays on you. But they know how to win, and they'll be very sound about it. So that's why I like Providence in this matchup. North Carolina, Lipscomb. This is a lip away. A comb away. Oh, UNC's going to smoke them. Theo, Pinson, Joel Berry. Everyone's going to come out game 1. Bam. They're all going to be mad about losing to Virginia, too. So that fire is going to propel them. All right, so let's go second round here. Xavier, Missouri. In Nashville still. Xavier will beat Missouri. Missouri won't look good in this game. I think Xavier's defensive prowess. If you've seen Xavier's coach, you'll know what I'm talking about. Xavier's coach is very disciplined. Trevon Blewett is very good. So is Goodwin. If you see the way they play, I think it's too tough. I think it's too tough for Missouri to win. I think Xavier's just too good this year. I feel like Xavier was actually a sleeper last year. This year, everyone knows they're good, but I still think they'll beat Missouri. Ohio State, Gonzaga in Boise. I think Gonzaga will win this one. Their guards are too experienced. I haven't seen enough signature wins from Ohio State. I know they played a weak conference, but I don't think I've seen enough signature wins from Ohio State to trust them yet. So I'm gonna take Gonzaga because of their guards, obviously. Like I took Gonzaga last round as well for that reason. Houston, Michigan. I honestly think this is a coin flip game. Both teams are talented. Like I said, Michigan has the experience. Michigan has the coach. Michigan has the system. But I think Houston will take this one. I think the team that's more explosive usually wins in March Madness. And I think Houston is just a little bit more explosive than Michigan. It's a coin flip game, but I'm going to take Houston because I feel like Houston is that team. Houston is that team that's going to, help. They play with a lot of fast pace. They play with energy. Their players are hype. So I just feel like the team with the most buzz in March Madness sometimes wins. And I think Houston has a little bit more buzz, a little bit more hype, and just a little bit more energy than Michigan does. And I think they're going to come out and show it. I think they're going to play really, really well in this game. I think it's going to be coin flip, like I said. It'll be close. It'll be close. This will be a good game. I think this would be one of the best games in this region. Providence, UNC. I think what will happen is Providence will play close with UNC for like a half. And then second half comes, I think UNC is going to pull away. Theo Pinson, Joel Berry, Luke May, too many good pieces. Providence is good with their guards, too fundamental. I think what's going to happen is Providence is going to start playing the clock game in the second half, and UNC is going to just go and score like 33s in a row, and then it's going to pull away. So UNC is going to get that one. I really like UNC. High energy team, good team. I was talking to my friend about this the other day. Maybe UNC won't go that far depending on their region, but UNC I think will go far this year because their region is a little weak. Okay, so let's go Sweet 16 teams. Xavier, Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga will take this. Gonzaga's experience is too much. Mark Few is a great coach. I think Xavier and Gonzaga met last year as well. And I think just in terms of game planning and preparing, I think Gonzaga is one of those programs you don't really have to do much. The senior leadership. I think in the tournament, in a big moment, I guess a big program, sometimes guys choke. I do not think Xavier will choke. I think what happened will be a close game, but I think Gonzaga will pull away towards the end, hit some free throws. I think it'll be a coin flip game. This one will be one of the funner games as well in the West region. I think it's just one of those games where you look at it and you're like, who do I pick? And then you go with the experience. I'm going to go with the experience and Mark Few and the way Gonzaga plays in the tournament. Obviously, Gonzaga hasn't been playing too well, but last year they did make the national championship, so give them credit. Houston versus UNC, high-energy game, high post, Joel Berry, Theo Pinson. I think what's going to happen is Houston's not going to come out with the right defensive intensity, and I think North Carolina is going to just go and completely blow them out. I think Joel Berry, Theo Pinson is really good. I think what's going to happen could be a close game for like maybe half the first half, and then I think UNC is going to pull away. The thing with Houston is sometimes defensively they struggle. Like they got up 74 to Wichita State, and their best player is Shemet, who's a fundamental guy. So you gotta look at it and you gotta see like, hey, what's this player and how they guard against people. So I don't think Houston can guard well against UNC. I don't think UNC is really that much of a guardable team anyway. But yeah, I think UNC will win. UNC Gonzaga rematch of the national championship. I think this Elite Eight matchup will probably be my projected Elite Eight matchup. I think this will be one of the funnest games. In the West region. I think in Los Angeles as well. So I think it'll be a really fun game. UNC Roy Williams versus Mark Few yet again. I think Roy Williams takes it again. I think just the players overall, I think the matchups favor them more. I know Gonzaga plays a good style. They both play a really good style. But I think this year, that without no Kennedy Meeks or the other big man on the other side, the matchups just still favor North Carolina because of Pinson, high energy. The game's going to be played at a high pace. So I think UNC has an advantage there, and UNC is going to take it and run with it. So I think UNC is going to be the representative from the Final Four, from the West region into the Final Four into San Antonio. I don't know, man. Personally for me, I think the problem here is this is the weakest region for me. Xavier's good. I don't know if Xavier deserved to be a 1. Like I said, I do think they do. But, I mean, I like Xavier. But I don't think Xavier is strong as a 1 seed, at least in this region. Because if you think about it, the 3 is Michigan. So I think it's a really weak region. So I think this region is actually one of the more wide open regions. So that's why I think it's going to go to UNC because they have more talent, experience, coaching. Just everything in them is a little bit superior right now, I feel like, compared to every other team in that bracket. So I think UNC gets it. I actually think this is going to be the least entertaining region out of all. I don't think there are going to be many upsets in this one. I think there will be a couple upsets here and there, maybe. But I don't think this is going to be an exciting region for people to watch. But, Michigan. Like you look at the teams, there's not that team quality that's in all the other ones. So I just think it's the weakest region. But yeah, that is my West regional breakdown. And next I will get started with the East. Coming up right after this.